Welcome, 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 and thank you for joining us. Well, joining me for tonight's episode of Conversations with Taz. Let's jump right into it. Four men have been charged in the death of The Wire actor Michael K. Williams. Williams died suddenly in Brooklyn, New York on September 6th. The actor was best known for his roles as Omar Little in the HBO series The Wire, which he first played in 2002 until 2008. Williams also played Albert Chalky White in Boardwalk Empire from 2010 to 2014. At the time, Williams' death was ruled an accident by medical examiners, but following an investigation by the New York City Police Department, four suspects have been arrested. Michael K. Williams, a prominent actor and producer, tragically overdosed in his New York City apartment from fentanyl laced heroin, Damian Williams said in a press release viewed by The Guardian. Today, along with law enforcement partners at the NYPD, we announced the arrest of members of a drug crew, including Irvin Cartagena, the man who we allege sold the deadly dose of drugs to Michael K. Williams. This is a public health crisis and it has to stop. Federal prosecutors in Manhattan brought the charges forward after the suspects had been under surveillance since before Williams overdosed last September. I know there are some people who have little to no sympathy for addicts and for addiction, but it is a health crisis and it needs to be addressed as such. And prayers and sympathy do need to go to this family, and justice needs to be rendered. And those that choose the route of bringing income into their homes by getting into drug dealing, no amount of profit is worth someone's life. Please keep that in mind. No amount of profit is worth someone's life. And from there, let's go to this clip. This was sent to me. And the only way I can preface this, I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't talk tonight, is politicians, birds of a feather flock together. Stop trying to distance yourselves from partners that are blatantly racist, homophobic, transphobic, anti-Semitic, anti-Muslim, when we know you chose that partner because of their beliefs. But let's roll it.
This is Larry Haskell, the prosecutor of Spokane County, Washington. And this is his wife, Leslie. And Leslie is a Klan demon with a Gab account where she posts her very racist white nationalist opinion. For example, there was an article about Joy-Ann Reid saying that Republicans would trade tax cuts for the ability to say the N-word. She responded by proving Joy-Ann Reid right by calling Joy-Ann Reid the N-word with the hard R. She also posted this on Gab, bragging about how it's okay to say all of these things, all of this hate speech, and not get banned. She admits that she's a proud white nationalist. She retweets someone saying that moral whites have been too nice for too long, and complains that there's not a white ethno-state. She's one of those white genocide believers because she said white people need to start having more babies. And this isn't the first time she's done something like this. In the past, she posted that she doesn't like Muslims. And her prosecutor husband said she's a strong, independent, conservative woman who does not represent me in these forums, either personally or professionally.
Yeah, right.
But she has the freedom of speech of all people. Oh, I forgot. She posted this one too. And here's her just chilling with the Proud Boys. Now, Spokane County Prosecutor Larry Haskell actually voted against racial equality goals in recent criminal justice reform meetings. And the Spokane jail inmate population analyst finds that racial disparities and high number of bookings for misdemeanors and nonviolent offenses. So while you say that you don't agree with your wife, you just don't openly agree with her. Deep down, you do agree because it reflects in your policy, Larry. You're a Klan demon just like her. Otherwise, you wouldn't have married her if you didn't agree with her views. Because racism isn't just a difference of opinion thing like, oh, I like chicken, I like beef. She's a racist. So I posted all of this on my Twitter account where I have all the receipts and the article where I got this information. In fact, you guys should quote tweet it with her name to make it trend.
Like I said before, and like this gentleman said in the video, you know who you marry for the most part. This is not something she's hiding. This is not, excuse me, like the woman who was dating Ted Bundy upon his arrest. And she had to find out through court proceedings the horrific monster that she was with because he had a duality to his personality. This is someone that is openly, openly racist and anti-Muslim. You know, see, this is the thing that gets me with racist. They know they're full of shit. They know that what they're doing is shameful. This is why they hide from it. This is why they want to apologize. This is why they're fervently embarrassed when their actions and their words come to light. This is why they cover their faces. This is why they hide in the shadows of darkness. Because if you are proud of something and you truly believe it, you have no reason to hide from it. You have no reason to be ashamed of it. He's trying to distance himself from his own wife, but he hasn't divorced her. He's voting along the lines of what she spews publicly. And I believe she says these things with her whole chest out and about in public, not covering her face, not under a burner account because of the position that he holds. And she knows that her white women tears are going to protect her because of the position that her husband holds and the powerful friends that he has. No different than why Carolyn Bryant is still walking free to this day and has a whole ass Facebook account. Because as long as you are the complexion for protection and you are the gender that can't be the bender, why not? Why the hell not? I mean, what does she have to lose? What is her speech going to do to her? Because even if she gets a consequence, there'll be a GoFundMe that'll go up in less than 2.2 seconds to sustain her lifestyle. But they don't believe in socialism, right? They believe that only black and brown people are lazy and need the community to take care of them. But there's more problematic behavior to discuss. Here's the second clip that I was sent. Let's get into it.
Pablo and this abhorrent, disgraced political figure to TV show guest appearance pipeline is so incredibly disgusting. So for those of you who don't know, apparently Rudy Giuliani made an appearance on The Masked Singer, and once he unmasked himself, both Kim Jong and Robin Thicke walked off set in protest of his presence. First of all, never thought I would be giving Robin Thicke any sort of credit, but here we are. And second of all, why is it that every time a vile racist political figure leaves the political arena, they get this haha funny redemption arc on TV shows? I'll never forget how Sean Spicer appeared on Saturday Night Live after lying for over a year about what was going on in the White House. What it goes to show is that Hollywood and rich people literally take the vile things that these people do to black, brown, poor, indigenous, and queer folks as a joke. This man was literally just sweating his hair off at the Four Seasons lawn maintenance service, and now suddenly he gets to sing on TV for our amusement. Fuck everybody involved in that shit. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Once again, as long as you are the complexion for protection, you can take a month or two off and pop back up, do something funny, do something cheeky, and everybody just forgets how horrible of a person you are, how despicable you are. The fact that you're still facing charges, the fact that you had a hand in an insurrection, a whole ass coup, the fact that you attempted to undermine the democracy of the United States while still labeling yourself a patriot. Boston Tea Party much? But white people can do this. And society has conditioned everyone to let it be a pass. Parade them in front of black people as if it were a reverse minstrel show. It's just jokes. I'm just playing. Hee hee ha ha. I'm so cheeky. And this is why they continuously believe that you are stupid, that you are the weakest link, that you are easily manipulated because you allow these things to pass. You're like, oh, well, they were so funny on here. Oh, I didn't guess that was him. Girl, let me tell. Let me say this and let me be clear. It is far past the time to stop proclaiming that you have studied US history so much and stop quoting different things from history if you're not going to hold true to them, because you know how to properly protest. You know how to get your point across. You know how to get justice served, but you keep falling short because you want to go along with the trends. You want to go along with the status quo as if the status quo is going to accept you as you are. Once someone shows you who they are, believe them. Stop letting a cute video or cute appearance or chuckle and a laugh make you forgive someone. And stop all of this. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. No, it's 100% for them, because blatant forgiveness absolves them of accountability. They never have to atone. They never have to admit. They never have to accept any responsibility. And for you fervent Christians, even the Bible says you are to release upon your lips what you have done, repent upon what you have done, and request forgiveness. Those are the 3 R's you should be worried about. If they have not done that, why? Stop letting the apologies be non-existent, but the disrespect be shouted through bullhorns. Because make it make sense. Make it make sense. Why are you out here trying to have a kumbaya moment with everybody because you like the joke that they said? Racists have jokes too. And we know the moment that we allow them to be comfortable, the moment that you give them an invitation to the proverbial cookout, they get way too comfortable and their jokes are no longer jokes. They're the only ones laughing. Because most jokes are an insult meant to get over your head and make everybody laugh at you and not with you. Because we talk about this through friends and family, but we leave out the part that racists do that. I mean, if you sat there and watched The Masked Singer and had a good chuckle because Rudy Giuliani got unmasked, as much as it pains me to stand on the same side of history as Robin Thicke, who has a horrific past, for a moment in time, I'll stand next to him. Because, no, the science is not sciencing right now. The rent payment is not negating the eviction notice at this point. 2 plus 2 is definitively equaling 52 at this point. You're no different than the British Prime Minister that kept trying to appease Hitler, that drafted the Munich Agreement and subsequently ended his political career, and he came from a political family. You have to stop being so willing to kiss the feet of those that don't give a damn about you. But before we go into the lighter side and the more educational side of things, y'all know how we do. We do have a new
Punxsutawney Phil.
Whoa, crazy name.
Did you kill the groundhog?
There's pigs in the ground?
No, that's ridiculous. I'm talking about the rodent that predicts the weather. Did you kill him?
I don't think so.
I did.
Why?
Because he don't know not a damn thing about weather.
Of course he does.
Where's his degree in meteorology then? Exactly. He's a fat rat that can't remember what a shadow is. That's no basis for a system of weather patterns.
Well, the people liked him.
You should know by now I don't give not a single damn about those people.
Groundhogs make dams.
Honey, that's beavers. Is he alright?
None of this is alright. Dudes, I guess they replaced that gopher thing. And he saw his shadow or something, so winter just started.
Oh, damn. He was right.
Good news. Punxsutawney Pete didn't die.
Punxsutawney Phil. And what do you mean?
I guess it was some other Earth squirrel. Milltown Mel?
There's more than one? I got the wrong guy?
Apparently.
Well, you shouldn't be trusting a rodent from Jersey any damn way.
Hey, are there any other magic animals on Earth?
Once, I saw an octopus predict the Super Bowl.
Whoa, and don't they never forget?
That's elephants.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Will you both just stop killing things?
I'll try.
I won't.
I hate this.
Now the city of Hampton. And I'm gonna tell you, if he came on on either of the ships that came in 1619, his parents, they weren't indentured servants, but okay. Next fact. In 1738, a group of newly freed men and women founded the town of Gracia Rio de Santa Teresa de Mos, Florida. There were an estimated 100 people in the town's population. Just 2 miles away from St. Augustine is considered to be the first ever free black settlement in the United States. It was abandoned following the 7 Years' War in 1763. In 1994, it was designated a National Historic Landmark. Wish they would have done that for Central Park, but let's kick black people out and make a park. Next fact. It's estimated that around 100,000 slaves escaped to the north via the Underground Railroad between 1810 and 1850. I like to think that it was more than that, but it's not like we had immaculate records, and there are some white people that are still holding on to records, so we may never know. On July 2nd, 1777, Vermont became the first colony to ban slavery. Vermont's legislature agreed to abolish slavery entirely, and it also moved to provide full voting rights for African American males. Because, we black women behind every revolution, we don't, I digress. Educator and abolitionist Lucy Stanton was the first black woman to graduate from college. She completed a ladies' literary program and graduated from Oberlin College in 1850. Her commencement speech was an appeal for anti-slavery. Told y'all, black women, we be doing it for ourselves. Allensworth is the first all-black California township founded and financed by African Americans. Created by Lieutenant Colonel Allen Allensworth in 1908, the town was built with the intention of establishing a self-sufficient city where African Americans could live their lives free of prejudice. Baby, that is heaven on earth. Cathay Williams was the first and only known female Buffalo soldier. Williams was born into slavery and worked for the Union Army during the Civil War. She posed as a man and enlisted as William Cathay in the 38th Infantry in 1866 and was given a medical discharge in 1868. Once again, I told y'all, black women do not wait for things to happen, they make it happen. George Crumb Speck, a chef and restaurant owner, is said to have created the potato chip by accident during the summer of 1853. It wasn't by accident. Let's read this and then I'll give y'all the backstory. However, his sister Kate claims she actually created the chip after a potato slice fell into a hot frying pan, creating the famous Saratoga chips. Crumb's chips remained a local delicacy in New York until the 1920s when a salesman named Herman Lays, yes, that Lays, began traveling throughout the South introducing potato chips to different communities. Yeah, the actual story behind this is somebody came into his restaurant and said that his potatoes weren't crispy enough, they weren't thin enough. So, an actual He was also the first African American man to own a car in Cleveland, Ohio, which makes sense why he wanted the roads to be safe. Alexander Miles' elevator design made riding on elevators safer. Previously, elevators were operated manually. People had to consciously open and close the doors of both the elevator and the shaft every time. In 1887, Miles obtained the patent for his invention, including a flexible belt attached to the elevator cage, allowing doors to function automatically. He was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 2007. Because, yes, it should take that long for an invention from 1887 to be respected and recognized. Oops. Mary Beatrix Davidson Kenner patented the sanitary belt in 1957, even though she created it in the 1920s. The belt was adjustable and had a moisture-proof napkin pocket and helped to hold pads in place from causing leakage. Because before then, why not just let us bleed all over the place? And it's amazing that they say that, white people are so innovative, and we were the savages, but we're constantly trying to stay clean and, you know, work smarter, not harder. Agricultural scientist George Carver was responsible for developing 300 new products made from peanuts, including milk, flour, ink, soap, medicinal oils, and cosmetics. He created 118 products from sweet potatoes, including flour, vinegar, ink, and postage stamp glue. Computer scientist and engineer Mark Dean is a co-inventor of IBM's original personal computer and the PC color monitor, changing the face of technology. He also co-created the technology that enables keyboards, printers, disk drives, and monitors to be plugged directly into computers. Excuse me. Founded in 1984, the Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo is the only touring African American rodeo in the world. In 2012, and I know we all remember this, at the London Olympics, Gabby Douglas became the first black gymnast to win the individual all around title. Yes, baby. I still, woo, baby. You still can't tell me nothing about that. Excuse me. On September 7th, 1960, Wilma Rudolph made Olympic history by becoming the first woman and first African American woman to win 3 gold medals. She became known as the fastest woman in the world, as she should. In 1996, Sheryl Swoopes became the first player to sign with the WNBA, the league debuting a year later. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated on Maya Angelou's birthday on April 4th, 1968. Angelou stopped celebrating her birthday for years afterwards and sent flowers to King's widow, Coretta Scott King, for more than 30 years until Coretta's death in 2006. And this is why Mother Maya deserves all of our respect. The godfather of soul, James Brown, performed in front of a televised audience in Boston the day after Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Brown is credited for preventing further riots with the performance, which he did. He did call for peace, and was able to keep people peaceful, even though they attempted to become very raucous during his performance. Hiram Rhodes Revels was the first African American ever elected to the U.S. Senate. He represented the state of Mississippi from February 1870 to March 1871. Before former President Barack Obama took office, George Edwin Taylor paved the way when he ran for president as a member of the National Negro Liberty Party in 1904. African-American fashion designer Ann Lowe designed the ivory silk taffeta wedding dress of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis when she married President John F. Kennedy, and quite a few of her other dresses while in the White House. Robert Johnson became the first African-American billionaire when he sold the cable station he founded, Black Entertainment Television, BET, for y'all that can't put it together, in 2001. The cartoon character Betty Boop was based on Esther Jones, a Harlem-based jazz singer. Jones was known for her use of boops in her singing, which was called a childlike scat. The Proud Family was Disney Channel's first original animated series about the life of a young black girl, 14-year-old Penny Proud. In 1940, Hattie McDaniel became the first black person to win an Oscar for her supporting role in Gone with the Wind. 24 years later, Sir Sidney Poitier became the first black man to win an Oscar for his leading role in Lilies in the Field. And when it came to the second black man, Denzel Washington, he won his Oscar on the same night that Sidney Poitier was also given an honorary Oscar for his full body of work. And in his illustrious speech, Denzel, first of all, we need to stop calling him Denzel because he said years ago that his name is actually Denzel. So Denzel Washington stated that he had spent his entire life chasing Sidney Poitier, and on the night that he won an Oscar, Sidney did too, and that he would forever be chasing Sidney Poitier. And I'm paraphrasing. But thank you for joining me tonight. I will see you tomorrow for Freeform Fridays. And all of the blind reacts that you all have sent, please do not send any more. We're going to be capped full. But as always, each one teach one, each one reach one. And we will see you tomorrow.